Cyprus has always been a land where myth, mystery, and history blend so deeply that it becomes difficult to separate fact from legend. Sitting at the crossroads of three continents, the island has carried secrets from every empire that set foot on its shores. To explore the history of Cyprus is to unlock layer after layer of hidden stories, forgotten rulers, ancient rituals, and political tensions that shaped not only the Mediterranean world, but also the identity of the island itself. The earliest known inhabitants arrived thousands of years ago, long before written history. Archaeological evidence shows that Cyprus had thriving Neolithic settlements, with unique art, pottery, and burial traditions that reveal a culture that existed in relative peace. One of the earliest mysteries of the island lies in how such a small piece of land became a center for trade and cultural exchange so early in human development. Even in prehistoric times, Cyprus was connected to mainland civilizations, exchanging goods like obsidian, copper, and pottery, suggesting an ancient network far more advanced than once believed. By the Bronze Age, Cyprus had already earned its reputation as a land of copper, the metal that helped drive the advancement of industry and warfare across the ancient world. The word Cyprus itself is thought to be linked to cuprum, the Latin word for copper. Vast copper deposits ensured that the island became a hub of mining and metalworking, attracting merchants and ambitious rulers from faraway lands. This economic power brought prosperity, but also conflict, as surrounding empires sought control over the island's resources. One of the enduring secrets of this era is how Cyprus maintained its own cultural identity, despite being pulled into the spheres of so many larger civilizations. Even in times of foreign occupation, Cypriot art, religion, and architecture retained a distinct local character. As the Bronze Age progressed, Cyprus entered a phase of cultural flourishing, influenced by the Minoans, Mycenaeans, and later the Phoenicians. Each group left its own mark, contributing to the mosaic-like identity of the island. The arrival of the Mycenaeans around 1200 BCE shaped the island's language, religion, and city planning. They introduced Greek culture, which would become deeply rooted in Cypriot society for thousands of years to come. Yet the island was not simply a passive recipient of outside cultures. Instead, Cyprus developed unique religious practices, merging Greek deities with local forms of worship. A notable example is the worship of Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, who, according to legend, was born from the sea foam near Cyprus. The sanctuary at Paphos became an important spiritual center, visited by pilgrims from across the Mediterranean. But even this religious tradition holds mysteries. As archaeological findings indicate, the goddess's roots may stretch back far deeper, linked to ancient fertility worship long before the Greeks arrived. Throughout the centuries, Cyprus fell under the influence of the Assyrians, Egyptians, and Persians. Each empire valued the island for its strategic position and resources, yet none could fully integrate its population. A secret often overlooked in the island's history is how Cypriot city kingdoms managed to preserve a degree of independence. Even under powerful empires, they continued to mint their own coins, maintain local kings, and follow their own cultural traditions. This delicate balance between submission and autonomy became a defining trait of Cyprus, allowing it to survive periods of foreign domination without losing its identity. The arrival of Alexander the Great brought Cyprus into the Hellenistic world. After his conquest, the island became part of the vast empire ruled by his successors, ultimately falling under the control of the Ptolemies of Egypt. This period encouraged learning, trade, and cultural blending, turning Cyprus into a vibrant center of Greek culture. Libraries, theaters, and artistic workshops flourished, yet power struggles continued beneath the surface. The island's wealthy families competed for influence, and political intrigue became common. One of the lesser-known secrets of this era is how Cyprus played a quiet but essential role in the political struggles between the Ptolemaic and Seleucid kingdoms, acting as both a pawn and a prize in their ongoing conflicts. In 58 BCE, Cyprus was annexed by the Roman Republic, marking the beginning of a long era of stability. Under Roman rule, the island prospered once again. Cities such as Salamis and Paphos grew into bustling urban centers with theaters, baths, and grand villas decorated with exquisite mosaics. Christianity spread early on the island, with St. Paul and Barnabas traditionally considered among the first to preach there. But even during this period of peace, secrets lurked beneath the surface. Earthquakes repeatedly devastated the island, forcing entire cities to rebuild. Roman records show that Cyprus was a crucial link in the empire's eastern trade network. Yet the full extent of its economic influence is still being discovered through underwater archaeology, which has revealed ancient shipwrecks carrying goods from 3 continents. After the fall of Rome, Cyprus became part of the Byzantine Empire. But the new Christian identity of the island did not erase its older traditions. Pagan temples were replaced by churches, yet many of the island's religious customs maintained elements of the past. During this period, Cyprus was repeatedly attacked by Arab raiders, and for a time, a unique arrangement ensured that both Byzantines and Arabs shared control of the island. This dual rule is one of the strangest political experiments in medieval history, with historians still debating how such an arrangement functioned without constant conflict. The arrival of the Crusaders in the late 12th century introduced another chapter of intrigue. Richard the Lionheart of England captured the island during the Third Crusade and later sold it to the Knights Templar. Their rule was short and troubled due to the harsh taxes imposed, leading them to abandon the island. It was then handed over to the French Lacedaemon dynasty, whose feudal system reshaped Cypriot society. Castles, Gothic cathedrals, and fortified towns from this era still stand today, carrying silent stories of royal disputes, secret alliances, and struggles between the Latin elite and the Orthodox local population. In 1489, the last Lusignan queen, Catherine Cornetto, surrendered Cyprus to Venice. The Venetians fortified the island heavily, preparing for an Ottoman invasion they feared was inevitable. When the Ottomans finally attacked in 1570, Cyprus fell after long, brutal sieges. Ottoman rule lasted for more than 3 centuries, profoundly influencing Cypriot culture, language, and demographics. However, even under Ottoman authority, the Greek Orthodox Church held significant power, preserving the Greek identity of the local population. This dual cultural influence is one of Cyprus's most defining historical characteristics. The island became a blend of Greek and Turkish traditions, with shared architecture, music, and cuisine, forming a unique mixed culture. In the late 19th century, the British Empire took control of Cyprus, first as an administrative territory, and later as a colony. British rule modernized much of the island's infrastructure, but also intensified tension between the Greek Cypriot desire for unification with Greece and the Turkish Cypriot desire for political security and autonomy. These tensions grew throughout the 20th century, eventually erupting into conflict. The island's division in 1974, following a coup and a Turkish military intervention, remains one of the most sensitive issues in modern European history. Today, Cyprus is split between the Republic of Cyprus in the south and the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus in the north, recognized only by Turkey. Despite this political division, the island remains rich with layers of cultural history, archaeological wonders, and hidden stories waiting to be uncovered. Beneath its modern cities lie ancient temples, Roman villas, medieval castles, and underground tunnels that hold the secrets of thousands of years. Cyprus has endured invasions, earthquakes, political turmoil, and centuries of foreign rule, yet it retains a strong cultural identity shaped by all who walked its shores. Its history is not simply a record of what happened, but a tapestry of mysteries and stories passed down through generations. The true secret of Cyprus lies in its ability to absorb the world around it while preserving its own soul, a land where every stone, every ruin, and every tradition carries the whisper of an ancient past.